Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you are fine there. Please stay safe and please I request you to subscribe my channel. Those who didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe and share my channel. Thank you for watching my video. And today we are going to learn about conditionals. Actually there are four conditionals. One is zero conditional and the next is first condition, second condition and third condition. So today in this first part we are going to learn about what is zero condition and what is the first condition. Actually everyone needs to know the conditions, because unless you know to use the conditions, your communication will be not perfect. If you know the conditions, then your communication will be perfect. So for this you need to practice this unit more and more. So when we talk about this zero condition, in this zero condition we talk about the general truths or scientific facts. Zero condition is nothing but which happens, that is it talks about the general truth or the scientific fact. That is truth. That means if this happens, then this happens. I will show you through example. Conditional sentence, if conditions, and today's is part 1. There are four types of conditional: zero condition, first condition, second condition, third condition. As I told you that zero condition will talk about general truths or scientific facts. So permanent truths, that is general truth, that is scientific fact and general truths. And here the structure is if plus present simple. If plus present simple plus present simple. After these, it is nothing but it is subordinate clause. It is nothing but it is complex sentence. In complex sentence we use one subordinate clause or dependent clause. If clause is nothing but it is a subordinate clause or a dependent clause. Okay, and this is a subordinate clause and this is a main clause. Okay, this is a main clause. And let us see the structure is if plus present simple plus present simple, the continuation. So if, what is the meaning of if means? In Hindi yadi, agar, Telugulo if ante okavela. Okay, okavela. And condition, condition ante what is this condition? Condition means situation. Condition means situation or situations. Okay, condition means situation. In different kinds of situation, different kinds of results. So let us see what kind of result in this zero condition. For example, you see, if you eat a lot, means if you eat a lot, what happens? You put on weight. You put on a weight, isn't it? If you eat a lot, this is if condition. This is if condition. That means if clause. If clause. If you eat a lot, ఒకవేళ నువ్వు ఎక్కువ తింటే ఏమవుతుంది? నువ్వు చిక్కిపోతావా? No, you will become fat. अगर आप ज़्यादा खाए तो क्या होता? दुबले होगी? नहीं, we become fat. Okay, that is general truth. This comes under general truth. This is if condition and this is a result. Put on a weight. This is result clause. Result clause or consequence clause. Okay, so this is the if condition, and if you eat a lot, what happens? This shows the result. You put on a weight. So this is condition and this is result. And next let us see, if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is condition, if condition. What condition? If you heat water or if you melt ice, what happens? It becomes water, it boils. If you heat ice, what happens? It melts. That is general truth. If you heat ice, what happens? Then what happens? it becomes water. If you heat ice, it melts or it becomes water. And the same way, if we heat water to 100 degrees, what happens? It boils. It happens. It happens. If this happens, then this happens. If this happens, then this happens. Naturally. So this is general truth. And in the same way, if I did not drink tea, what happens? This is condition. This is condition. What condition? If I don't drink tea or if I don't drink coffee, what happens? I get a headache. This is result. This is the result of this condition. This is the result of this condition. If I don't drink coffee, what happens? If this happens, then this happens. This is general truth. ఒకవేళ నేను టీ తాగకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది? నాకు తలనొప్పి వస్తుంది. अगर मैं चाय या कॉफी नहीं पियोगे तो क्या होगा? रिजल्ट, मुझे हेडेक, सर में दर्द आएगा जरूर. तो जनरल ट्रूथ है ये. देन इफ आई एम टायर्ड, if this happens, if condition, if this happens, what happens? I go to bed early. This is the result. This is the result. If I am tired, if this happens, what happens? Then this happens. It's general truth. Okay. If I am tired, what I do? What happens? I go to bed early. Yes. I must go to bed early. I will go to bed early. I go to bed early. If this happens, then this happens. Then I go to bed early if I am tired. See if clause. If you use if clause in the beginning of the sentence, we use comma. See, we use comma. We use comma when we use the if clause in the beginning of the sentence. We can use if in between also. Actually, this if is used to join ideas, to join two clause. If is used to join two ideas or two clause. And here in these four sentences, we have begun the sentence with if. But you see the next one. If we begin a sentence with if, we have to put a comma. We have to use comma after this clause. But you see in the last sentence, I go to bed early. I go to bed early. There is no comma because this main clause is in the beginning. If clause is at the end. So there is no comma for this main clause. So I go to bed early if I am tired. So there is no comma. Okay. So अगर ऐसा हुआ तो ऐसा होगा. Okay. And here also I go to bed early when if I am tired. अगर मैं tired हो तो अगर ऐसा होगा तो ऐसा होगा. Understand? So in 0 degree we talk about the permanent truths, general truths which happens. Okay? We talk about the general truths which happens. If this happens, then this happens. If this happens, certainly this happens. This is the zero condition. That means we talk about the permanent or general truths or scientific facts. Okay. Now let us come to the first conditional. And here we talk, in this first condition, we talk about the high possibility or high changes. Okay. We talk about the high possibility. Possibility is more. We can change more. And here we talk to express real possibilities which happens in future or whatever it may be. That means here if it happens, here we talk about that if this happens, this will happen. If this happen, this will happen. But here, if this happens, then this happens. See the difference between the condition. If this happens, then this happens. Then this happens. But here you see, if this happens, this will happen. ये हुआ तो ये होगा, ये बराबर होगा, ఇది తప్పకుండా జరుగుతుంది, ఇది జరిగితే ఇది తప్పకుండా జరుగుతుంది, ఒకవేళ ఇది అయితే ఈ విధంగా తప్పకుండా జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, నౌ లెట్ us see. It expresses a real possibility of something happens in the future. Yes, in the future, because it is result gives result. The result tell about the future. Let us see that through the example. And the structure is if plus present simple, present simple, or then plus future simple. This is the condition, this is the result. Here this is the condition, if condition, this is if condition, and this gives the future result. Let me see there through example. If you run fast, if this happens, what happens? This will happen in future, that we talk in future. How? If you run fast, now if you run fast, what happens? You can catch the bus. Yes, certainly you can catch the bus. If you won't run fast, you can't catch the bus. If you run fast, what happens? What happens in future? You can catch the bus. अगर आप तेज दौड़ोगे, నువ్వు ఒకవేళ పరిగెత్తితే, फास्ट గా పరిగెత్తితే ఏమవుతుంది? अगर आप तेज दौड़ोगे तो बस को क्या पकड़ोगे? నువ్వు ఒకవేళ తొందరగా పరిగెత్తితే బస్ ని పట్టుకోగలవు, బస్ ని చేరుకోగలవు. ఓకే, బస్ ని పట్టుకోగలవు. నెక్స్ట్, if you are hungry, yes, if you are hungry, if condition, this is if condition, that is nothing but it is subordinate condition and dependent condition. It is not, if condition is nothing but it is subordinate condition. It is known as if condition, subordinate condition, and also dependent condition. Dependent condition, because unless we use the main clause, there is no meaning for this. See, let me read this. If you are hungry, do we have the full meaning? No, this has full meaning. See, I will make something to eat, it has full meaning. I will make something to eat, it has full meaning. But when I read this clause, if condition, it does not have a complete meaning. It needs something to complete a sentence, isn't it? Yes, see, if you are hungry, so what? We need something to finish up the sentence, isn't it? Yes, if you are hungry, yes, if this happens, this will happen. Okay, then if you are hungry, I will make something to eat. Yes, I will make, that is future result. I will make something to eat. If you are hungry now, आपको खाने का है, भूख है, तो मैं कुछ तो भी बनाऊंगी. నీకు ఆకలి వేస్తుందా, ఏమన్నా తినడానికి చేస్తాను, అవునా? నీకు ఒకవేళ ఆకలిగా ఉంటే తినడానికి చేయలేదు, ఇంకా చేస్తాను, ఫ్యూచర్ యూస్. ఓకే, ఎస్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ హంగ్రీ, ఐ విల్ మేక్ సంథింగ్ టు ఈట్, ఫ్యూచర్ రిజల్ట్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్, इफ शी गेट्स गुड मार्क्स, अगर उसे गुड मार्क्स आया तो इफ दिस हैपेंस, दिस विल हैपन. ఏమవుతుంది? ఆమెకు ఒకవేళ గుడ్ మార్క్స్ వస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? शी विल गो टू यूनिवर्सिटी. यस, अगर उसे गुड मार्क्स ला लिया तो, आया तो वो यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ेगी. ఆమెకు మంచి మార్క్స్ వస్తే ఆమె యూనివర్సిటీకి వెళ్ళి చదువుకుంటుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ డిపెండెంట్ క్లాజ్. It is not only known as dependent clause, but also it is known as subordinate clause and if clause. So if this happens, this will happen. Endukante if she gets good marks, what happens? If she gets good marks, she will go to university and study, do her further studies. Yes, if this happens, first she must complete this. She has to complete this. This must happen. So then this will happen. Is it? So then this is the future result. Okay, future result. And here in this sentence we use auxiliary verbs. These are known as can, will, or will. Modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, modal auxiliary verbs like can, will, or must. That is used These modal auxiliary verbs are used according to the sentence, according to the clause, according to the if clause. Let us see the next one. If you practice, yes, अगर आप practice करें तो क्या होता? You will speak English. आप English बात कर सकते. నువ్వు ఒకవేళ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే చేయకపోతే జరగదు, చేస్తే జరుగుతుంది. ఇఫ్ యు ప్రాక్టీస్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? దిస్ ఇస్ కండిషన్. దిస్ ఇస్ కండిషన్. ఇఫ్ యు ప్రాక్టీస్ then what happens? You will speak English. Yes, you can speak English fluently. So what is the condition? If you practice, you need practice. You need lot of practice. For what? To speak English. So this is the result. This is the result of future. This is the result of future. If you practice now, if you practice, what happens? You will speak English. You can speak English. Okay? Now next. If we arrive late, yes, ఒకవేళ మనం లేట్ వస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? We must get a taxi. Taxi తీసుకోవాలి, taxi లో వెళ్ళాలి. अगर हम लेट आए तो, लेट हुआ तो क्या करना चाहिए? If this happens, this will happen. क्या करना चाहिए? हमें टैक्सी पकड़ना चाहिए. Okay? Then if we arrive late, this is if condition. This is the condition. If we arrive late, మనం ఒకవేళ లేట్ వస్తే ఏం జరుగుతుంది? ఇదే జరుగుతుంది. This will happen. ఏంది? We must get a taxi. ఎందుకంటే లేట్ అయిపోయింది కాబట్టి తప్పకుండా టాక్సీ తీసుకోవాలి. This is the result of future. Result happens in future. If we arrive late, మనం లేట్ వస్తే we must get a taxi. తప్పకుండా we need to take a taxi. We must take a taxi. Okay? And in the same way, we must get a taxi. See, this is if condition which is used if in the beginning. Okay, which is used in the beginning, and we can use if in middle also. Actually, I told you that if is used to join ideas, to join the clause. So here, when we use if in beginning, we use a comma. We use a comma in if clause. But when if is used in middle, there is no comma. We must get a taxi. There is no comma. See, we must get a taxi if we arrive late. See, we can use if in middle also. But when we use this if in the beginning, we need to use a comma. After the comma, we use the main clause. This is the if clause and this is the main clause. These are if clause and these are the main clause. If clause, if it is in beginning, we take comma, and if it is in the middle, there is no comma in the sentence. See, we must get a taxi, no comma. We must get a taxi if we arrive late. So we can use if in the beginning or in the middle. Hope you understood. Please practice more and more. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe.